This is Jordan Phillips. This is my lower limb assessment. We have our patient here. He is standing straight up. We're going to make sure he is not knock-kneed nor flat-footed. And his ASISs are aligned, standing up. Good to go. We'll have him balancing on one leg. He is a healthy individual. Good healthy individual. He should be able to balance for 5 minutes. We'll have him perform a one-leg slow squat. Alright. Showing that his knee is internally rotating just a tad bit. Showing that he has poor biomechanics and we need to address that as well as glute strength. We'll have him do a calf test for us. Calf link test. Showing that his calf link is perfectly fine. We'll have him lie down on the table for 3 hip raises to get him loose. Alright, here we're going to measure leg length. Making sure his medial malleosis are aligned. Making sure his knee is aligned as well as his ASIS. If none of those are aligned, it's showing that he has too much load distribution on one leg. We're going to have him palpate his pubic bone. Making sure it's not tender. Alright, we're going to internally rotate and externally rotate his knee. Making sure his ball's in the socket and the knee is rotating just fine. Alright, we're going to perform a Thomas test. So you lie in the front, or stand in front for me. Alright, have him lie down. Alright, making sure his thigh is touching the table for psoas length. This is what the Thomas test is for. Have you lie back the same way. Alright, we'll perform a 90-90 test for hamstring length. He should be able to get 70 degrees. He's good to go, about 70. We'll have him do a quadrant test. The quadrant test tests for a click or a pop for impingement or labral tear. If it's just pain, it's impingement. If it's click or pop, it's labral tear. So we're going here for a click or pop here. No click or pop and no pain, meaning nothing's here. No labral tear, no impingement. All right. We're going to measure, we're going to palpate his adductors. We bend a little bit. We're going to palpate his adductors and psoas. Make sure they're not tender. As well as his greater trochanter, making sure it's not tender. If any of those are tender, it's showing that the body is not happy with the load being placed upon it. We're going to do a knee assessment now. Make sure he can fully hyperextend his knee. If there is no full hyperextension, it's showing that he cannot walk with a normal gait. We're going to do a patella glide. Make sure it glides 2 centimeters each way. Alright, we're going to do a VMO test. Making sure they fire with the vastus lateralis at the same time. Fire up. Go back down, fire up one more time. Alright, both fire at the same time. Now we're going to do an ACL test, making sure the ACL is intact. A Lockman test. Relax your knee. Alright, making sure there's a little click. Making sure there's a little click there. We're going to do a valgus test for the MCL. Make sure there's an MCL there. And we're going to do a McMurray's test for the meniscus. Alright. Now we're going to have him lie on his side. We are going to do a glute strength test. Lie forward a little bit. Alright, if he cannot hold this in place, his glute strength is very weak and we will need to address that. We'll have him do an over test, make for ITB length. His knee will have to be touching the table for a positive or a good test. His ITBs need to be stretched and loosened. We'll palpate his ITBs. Alright, and now we'll turn on your stomach. We're going to perform an Eli test for hamstring tightness. Make sure his knee or his heel can touch his bum, which it cannot, showing that it needs to, it's quad tightness, excuse me. Showing that he needs to loosen up his quads a bit. We'll measure his glute strength right here as well. And make sure it fires before the hamstring. Fire up. showing that his hamstring is firing for his glutes, meaning we have to address that, his glute strength, and his biomechanics as well.